Hi everyone, it's Lorna. Welcome back to my channel. So I've rewatched again. I don't know how many times I've watched it. Well, not too many. Not as many as Friends or How I Met Your Mother, that's for sure. But I rewatched Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I just wanted to, do a little brief recap about the series and mostly the characters, because this time I really focused on the characters, on their growth, and it was really, I think, really interesting. I know that this series really feminist in a way, but well, in a 90s way, let's say, and I think it's really interesting. It's not only, a supernatural TV show. It's more than that, and I think if you like Buffy, maybe you might agree with me at this precise time. So little disclaimer, this is a total spoiler. So if it's not a TV show that you watched already and is in your wish list and you never got time but you really want to watch Buffy, do not watch this video, because I will tell you not everything, but yeah, perhaps most of the major, change and stuff like that you don't want to learn before watching it. So yeah, so that's it. Do not watch this video unless you've already watched it or you don't want to watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer, because I'm gonna spoil everything. Let's start with the main character, because I don't have much to say on Buffy. Well, I hope so. I don't want to make this video too long, so let's try the shorter version. So Buffy is when we start, I think, yes, she is 16. It's a 16-year-old girl. She arrived in the town Sunnydale, and this is the hellmouth of all vampires and creatures of the dark and demons and stuff like that. So what is really, I think, funny is that she is kind of a bit superficial. Like, she really, really represents the girly girl, blonde, and likes to do shopping, and she wants to be a cheerleader. All this kind of, characteristic that is not really suiting who she is deeply, because she is the Vampire Slayer, the one, the chosen one to kill all the vampires. So this is like the main thing from the beginning, and I think they really show this aspect of Buffy which is completely erased on the whole series. I think from the moment that I think it started with Angel. I think when Angel, when they had sex for the first time, and when he switches and then he dumped her, well, I think from this moment she just, started growing, really. Then she met Parker, which was completely fooling her around, completely using her for one night and that's all, and she really just was coming out of her little world of, little clouds and flowers and everything like this. So I think those moments were especially important. And then she met Riley, who she was not at all in love with, that's for sure. I really had a problem with her having some sex scenes with Riley. It just disgusted me. I don't know if you know what I mean, but it was like she wasn't really into it. I don't want to, come on, be a bit into it, more into it. No, but it was, it was like he was alone in this process, and I just felt really, really uncomfortable watching it. So I really don't like Riley. This is a character I really don't like. I don't even want to go, I didn't even write anything on Riley, because I think he's the jealous type that also uses a bit of his more mature age on Buffy, who is younger than him. He has a position of like the professor's assistant, and she is the student, and I don't really like this, interpretation. So no, this is not a character that I like. Buffy, on the other hand, really grows, and I really saw her growing with Spike, that's for sure. I will not forget, obviously, the moment with her mother, episode of the death of her mother, which is, I think, one of the most brilliant episodes from what I've saw as a series of the early 2000. Yeah, it was early 2000 on the time of her mother's death. I think it wasn't 90s anymore. Anyway, this is a brilliant episode. I think I really like this episode because I think there's, just two tempos. There's some scenes that are really slow and some that are a bit quicker, and you can really feel what Buffy is feeling. Like, she is sometimes a bit conscious that everything is going really fast around her because it's an emergency. There's hospital and people around her, and people trying to comfort her, but it's inaccessible. So you also have those really slow scenes, and I think it's just, it needs to be seen. So that's it. And then her relationship with Spike is just, I don't have any words. There's a pretty hard moment that I profoundly think shouldn't be here. Not because of the type of moment. Let's say, sorry if you still haven't seen the disclaimer and you don't want to know because you don't want to be spoiled, do not watch what I'm gonna say in 1, 2, 3 seconds. The rape of Buffy, the attempt of rape of Buffy from Spike. I think they completely fucked up this part, because Spike isn't the character they really wanted him to be at this moment. I think they wanted this to happen to Buffy. I think because they wanted it to be part of her life and what makes her stronger, but I do think Spike shouldn't have been written this way, because it's a bit like the end of, I don't know which series, I don't know, maybe it's the 6th season or something like that. We don't want to see this. I really think that Spike was, the kind of good which is a bit hidden in the bad, and then they just, brought up the bad again, and then they know that it won't be really appreciated, so they give him back his soul, and like, he turns out to be a bit crazy in the next season. And what's that for, Is it a bit like in real life when we just want to make people think if you rape someone, it's just that because, this guy is deranged a bit. And so it's a bit washing it, and I don't really like this, and I do think that this rape shouldn't have been with Spike if they really wanted Buffy to be raped, which is a bit awkward. But yeah, I was a bit disappointed with Spike, because her relationship with Spike is beautiful. I think we can truly see her growing because she empowers herself, she let go, you know, her desire and just do what she wanted, you know, just to feel alive again. She just had been killed again just before that, and you know, she had like this connection with Spike, who is also dead. So yeah, so I think she really is growing in this relationship. She doesn't expect anything of him, and he do leave her a lot of space, and he do really know her for what she is, because all the aspect of Buffy, he knows them, and he doesn't, at first he doesn't want them, but then he accepted it, and he saw also other things, and I think this is the truest love that you can see on TV, because it's not, you know, only pretty and, you know, like really basic like a Buffy and Angel love. Who likes Angel and Buffy together? Tell me, because I really don't. Anyway, and so to go on to talk about Spike a bit, because Buffy is, you know, if I have to describe every moment, just watch the series. But yeah, I really think Spike is... I also have another favourite episode, which is Tabula Rasa, and so they forget everything because Willow is like losing her mind, doing, you know, just charms all the time, and so they really think that Giles and Spike are related because they're both English, and they don't remember who they are anymore. And I think we can see how funny Spike is, and it's really like the bad guy that we want to be funny, and we don't want him to disappear, you know. He is truly important to, I don't know, for, you know, setting a scene, I think, because this episode could have been a bit funny, but I think Spike adds something really important to the whole series. And yeah, and he really do have a, I don't know, a real personality that we want to follow. We can feel that he is, you know, putting aside a bit with Angel and Drusilla. I really don't like Drusilla. I don't even want to talk about her. Again, like Riley, Drusilla is making me really uncomfortable also because of her voice and mimics, and I don't know, I know that this is obvious, it's the goth image that everyone like, but I don't know. I don't know. I think that it is too much mimics and not really profound. So I don't really like it. And so I think perhaps this is also something to put Spike ahead, and to show that he is much more than this character, and we just want her to be, you know, gone, and so we can see Spike. And I think from the moment that, you know, there is a bit of tension between Buffy and Angel, and that we see that Spike is like a bit mocked by Drusilla. Also, we hope that, you know, he will just left this group out and go with Buffy, and we don't know how it is possible, but they just built up this scenario really good, so that's great. Then one of my favorite character, the first character I hated the first time I've watched Buffy was Anya. So Anya, I just love her now. I finally understood that she incarnated the autistic character. Yes. So what's that for? Is it just because she say everything without thinking beforehand? Perhaps. She does make me think a lot of me, and I can understand her so much. And this scene when she had to cope with the death of Buffy's mother, I think we can really see that she really don't want to be mean. She just really think those sentences that she says, and she doesn't have any, you know, other ways to express them. And I think this is beautiful. This is a really moving scene for me. And yeah, I love how she wants to be normal. She wants to try to be married and have kids, and you know, she just start working, and she truly says that money is important. She truly see what is wanted in the world, and so she wants to be like it. And so everyone thinks she is a bit weird to say these things out loud, but I think we should probably see it like, well, do you think this is weird? Well, this is what you all claim we should be, with your babies, with your weddings. You just all go into this. I'm sure you're pretty happy, everyone, with your babies and weddings and, you know, buying a house, stuff like this. But we are not all like this, and it's not because you have those things that you want to fit into that you fit into. But like basically how Anya is, you cannot fit into all the time. And the character that makes us realize how weird Anya is all the time is Willow. Yes, sorry guys, Willow is really, really neurotypical. Like, she is, well, the opposite of autistic, you know, but like, okay, she is a lesbian. Okay, she is a redhead. Well, you know, like, she's super cute, in my opinion, but, you know, she's a witch. She used to be a bit geeky, and she, you know, I don't know, she's special in a way, that's for sure, but she is normal. I mean, this is truly Willow that makes Anya stands out. And I do think that everyone likes Dark Willow because she's cool, again, a bit like a gothic image, but in a certain way she is typically what we can expect of a lesbian witch, you know, like I don't know, there's a sentence that Anya says once, saying, well, if she goes into, again, in her addiction, which is witchcraft, you know, but it's like super simulated to drugs. And I really think that when Anya says people who can fall the more easily into this are the most normal people, well, this sentence is everything, which, you know, means that most of the time the person who goes into addiction, into, well, I'm not saying all the time, you know, I'm not God, I don't know everything, but most of the time people who goes into addiction or stuff like this are the one who think they miss something to be special. And I really think that Willow is like this. Willow is from a Jewish family, really, her mother is really political, but they are really, you know, how can I say, I don't know how to say, a bit washed, a bit, really clean, really, she has a lovely room to herself. She doesn't look like she has a lot of problem. I don't know how to say. She is comfortable, but in a way, she's not really fitting in it. So being a witch is a bit like having a bit more power, and in the end, she is super powerful, So yeah, I really think one of the last scene of Willow doing some witchcraft, in which she's not Dark Willow, she's Gandalf the White. If you know what I'm talking about, really in the last scenes that she helped for the final battle. So I really think that she was looking for something, and because she was pretty normal, and just in comparison with Anya, we can really see that, yeah, Willow is a bit pretty normal and just someone that wants to bring, just want to have problems more and more just to feel special and unique. And I think this happens from the really start of the season. I think even in the first season it starts. Maybe second, I don't remember. But yes, I think maybe in the beginning of the second season, yes. Anyway, so this was for Anya. I think I've said it all. I love her. I think she's really special, and in the end, I was super sad. Super sad. One of the last scene again, guys. I don't know if you remembered it. It was really not good after this. Anyway, so this was for Anya, and so let's just continue on Willow. So in the first season, yes, she followed Buffy everywhere. She's a bit attracted by danger, and I think when she had to help for, I don't know what it is, she had to help with Giles for something a bit, magic related, and I think this was one of the first time that she touches a bit witchcraft, and we can definitely see her overcoming her fears and being a bit more empowered. And this is how, at the beginning of the second season, we can see that she helped a lot for the vampire killing, and yeah, she empowers herself again. And I think heart related, we can definitely see that Oz is, I loved Willow in Oz, like some years ago. I really liked Willow in Oz. I don't know why. I think because they were cute, they were not really too, I don't know, maybe because he was, just not that, I don't know. I think that because we can see that she, is a bit shy, and he noticed her, and yeah, they were cute. But in the end, I think that Oz is too much of a nice guy, and I don't really like this. And he gets mad when he see that she has this thing going on with Tara, and he truly shows something else than he is. And I think that Willow was hiding herself behind him, and so we can really see that heart related she also grew. And I don't want to say that she is not truly a lesbian, because that's who she is in the series, but it's a bit like she tries to hide herself all the time from who she is. Like, I really do think that when she was with Oath and not with Xander also, and really shy at the beginning, I truly think that she was a lesbian there. And then when she says, "Oh no, I'm a lesbian," it's a bit like she's lying. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. She has a sort of, I don't know, she also is someone she doesn't want her to be. So she is all the time a bit in a contrast with her mind. I also think that this is what happens when she becomes Warren, who she killed. I think she also is in a battle with her mind, trying to be who she is not. And I think this is also really typical from people who takes drugs or has an addiction, is just trying to escape from the reality. So I know that she is someone who is normal, but she tries to bring issues to herself a bit. She could have gone to another university, but she chose to stay with Buffy in Sunnydale. I think she can have a lot of control. This is also why she is a really powerful witch. But she has a dark side. But the dark side is not the one that we think it is. I really believe this. And if you like Dark Willow because she's cool, if you like her because she's a bit weird, try to watch it again and try to see how normal she is and how much she wants to be special. And this is what makes her weird. I don't know if you understand me, but if you do, thank you. Then I think we can talk about Xander. Well, Xander is someone that I think is the funny guy that we need from the start, but he's a bit, he's a bit of a macho. He has some bad aspect, but he is, in a way, really someone we can rely on and we can see it. He stays until the end with only one eye. This is horrible. He always get into a really messy situation with girls all the time. So he's funny. I don't have a lot to say now because this viewing I wasn't really focused on Xander. The last time I watched it I really didn't like Xander, but this time was okay, and I think he brings also a good vibe. And with Dawn also, I think he shows some kind of brother support, and I really think this is also a good, we could say if Buffy was really a romantic Beverly Hills Melrose Place kind of series, I think this series could have been pretty boring and pretty cliche, and this time it could have been that Xander falls in love with Dawn and, oh my god, my best friend and my sister, but it doesn't. He stays like his big brother and there's nothing going on. And when the last scene when he drugs her with chloroform, we can have a little doubt what is going on, but in the end, no, nothing is going on. It's just loyalty to Buffy, and I think he is a good character. It's just just have to watch it again just to see how loyal he is. Anyway, so that's it, and yeah, let's come to Dawn. I think I'm just gonna say maybe Dawn and Faith, Angel, I don't really have a lot to say. I think Angel is just a character that we want to introduce because he's a vampire, and it's a bit like Twilight, you know. It's a bit like being in love with someone really older. He's a vampire. He incarnates he shows the type of forbidden love, you know, and yeah, he's not really useful in a way. He is useful for Buffy, yeah, I think, but to the story, I don't think so. I don't really think so. So yeah, basically I don't really have much to say on Angel. On Dawn, I hated Dawn. Oh my god, I hated her for the moment. I've watched the TV show, but now I kind of rethink it a bit. I hated her because they just put her inside the story, and we really know that she wasn't there before, and everyone pretends that she's there. She always have been. They have memories, and I really focused on it this time. They really, you know, goes with big, they really goes into this fact that they all have memories. They enunciate a lot of memories with her, and this is also why I was a bit, you know, frustrated, because I really think, she wasn't there before, you know. What is going on, and what's her, and why is she there doing, you know, more trouble than there was before. She was a bit like a little brat. I don't know, I didn't really like her, but now I think that Buffy was a bit too hard with her, not really paying attention to her, and she felt left out, because it's hard to be the second, you know. She's just made with a part of Buffy, so she's not really interesting even to us, and I think this kind of make some kind of pity out of me a bit this time. So I'm, you know, a bit in the middle. I don't really like her character, but I do like how, you know, how the place evolves during the last seasons. So that's it. And Faith, I was kind of in love with her. I thought she was beautiful and really badass. She is a really badass character. But this time I was like, oh, that's all fake. Oh, that's all fake. Like, really, I don't know. I really don't like, obviously, the relation with her fake father, the demon, and I don't like that she goes with Angel. I don't like that she tries to flirt with Spike. I don't like that she jumps on Professor Wood. Well, I don't really care about this because I don't like Wood, but I don't know. She's a lot of, how can I say? It's a lot of aesthetic. We're not too much inside, apart from the fact that she's a bit like Buffy, but without the normal suit, you know. She says a lot that her childhood has been really crappy, and that she is who she is now because of what she had in her life. And I don't know, again, I think it's a bit too easy. I don't say that because what you live is hard, you just have to shut your mouth. I'm not, you know, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there's kind of a thing that, you know, she, I don't know, I just, I think it's total legit. But there it's too much. I think Buffy also has, her thing, and I don't know. I think she's not a sort of character. This is what I mean. I think she's not a sort of character with really a background. She has, but I don't think this is the main, point in her character. I just think that she's there to show how Buffy is in another way. And because I think Buffy is kind of enough, I think this is why I don't like her. Perhaps. Let's just say quick words on Giles and Cordelia. I love Cordelia. I think she is so funny. I really miss her afterwards, but I really like Anya, so that's okay. But I do love Cordelia. I think Cordelia is also a character that grows, and which is, funny to follow. I like Cordelia, but she's not really important. And Giles. Let's finish with Giles. I love him. I think he looks like my dad, and he makes me laugh so hard. I just love when he is drunk. This is really funny. But yeah, I really like how he is. I think he is the great, how can I say, he really is father figure without being too patriarchal, and I really like this, and I think that maybe saving him at the end was too easy because we like him. I was super happy because I think it was my favorite from the start. So I was pretty happy that he survived, but I think it's too easy. It's too easy in a way. I don't know. I don't have much to say again this time on him, because I wasn't really focused on him this time. And just to conclude on the finale, I hope again you have seen it. I think this is truly feminist, and Buffy's plan. What the hell? This is, I don't know. I don't remember. I think it's 2000, or let's say I think Willow has already her face of Lily from How I Met Your Mother. So I would say it's around maybe 203. The last episode should have been a bit around this. So I think for this time, I know it's pretty, for me it's a bit like it was yesterday, but it was 20 years ago. It was around 20 years ago, and for 20 years ago, I think we haven't seen anything like this before. We had Charmed also at the same time. We had Charmed, but Charmed wasn't like this at all. Charmed was really, really empty. I really love Piper and Paige, that's sure. I really love Holly Maricombe. I really love Piper. This is a character that I love. But I think that Charmed is a bit, more empty than Buffy. And this finale of Buffy, I'm like, whoa. It's truly over something that is supernatural. It's just saying the words that, because there was a bunch of all guys who decided that only one girl could act one at a time. Two killer could have been, overlapped. So I think this is truly feminist, that she says that because they decided this, we can't be able to, live at the same time, exist at the same time, open our mouth at the same time. This is truly feminist before all this campaign about feminism, which is, I know, since let's say the suffragette, but I think for the period and for something that is supposed to be for teenager, I think this is great, and we don't see it a lot in a fictional TV show like this today. I think so. So I hope you liked my big review. I think it should have been around an hour that I'm talking. I'm super sorry. I will try to edit it and to make it super short. I don't know how to do, but I really had to speak out everything I had in mind before it's gone and before I finish Roswell, because now I'm watching Roswell. So yeah, so thank you again for watching until the end, and I'll see you in my next video. Tschüss!